obviously it feels good to get a win. Thought that our kids responded in a great way. They did. We talked about playing complementary football and how we're not as talented as most teams, and we have to play disciplined football and we have to play complementary football. And I thought, you look at the past game this weekend versus South Alabama, there was a lot of ups and downs on all three phases of the ball. And I thought each side kind of picked each other up and responded and kept us in the game. I love the effort of these kids. I love the fight that they have. We challenged them to play together. We challenged them to step up and make some plays. I thought that was the most explosive game that we've had offensively the entire year. I told them that you could probably count on two hands the amount of explosive plays leading up to this game. And we probably had over 10 in this game, which was really pleasing to see. You see Hutch White, who ended up being the Special Teams Player of the Week, but he also had 165 yards receiving on 10 catches, had like 234 all-purpose yards. Tyler Vitt stepped up and threw for 373 yards, 3 touchdowns. He ended up throwing an interception early, didn't allow him to really seep into the rest of his play, and he just kept playing. We had 6 starters out on offense. We talked about no excuses and how no one's going to feel sorry for us, and it's all about the next man up and just give great effort and keep fighting. And it was a great team win, especially for homecoming. That's 3 wins at home now out of our 3 wins that we've had on the season. Our team keeps showing improvement. I think that if we stay together and we keep playing together as a team, we're capable of doing a great thing. So we got a tough Troy team coming in this week. I think Coach Lindsey's done a really good job in terms of overcoming injuries and figuring out their identity. And you can see that they got them in a pretty good rhythm with a great win over Georgia Southern this past weekend. So going to be senior day for us. Got a lot of seniors a part of our team that have been through a lot of different coaching changes. So you'd love to see them put together a great week of preparation and end their home, their last home game here, senior day, on a high note. So questions, please.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Whitney Hayworth. Whitney, please go ahead.
Coach, you talked about Hutch White obviously working with special teams this week, but also being productive on the offensive side. What did it mean to see him do so well on the special teams unit, filling in for those with injuries? And is that something that moving forward maybe he'll get some more playing time in that aspect?
Yeah, it was fun to see him on kickoff return. You had Jeremiah Hado and Jamari Shareed out, who are our first and second team returners, and I think Hutch kind of just picked up the slack. He's such a consistent guy, such a solid person. He's a very selfless person as well. He just cares about the team and winning football games, and he'll do whatever it takes to help the team out in any capacity. And you see what he's doing out there from an offense perspective with 10 catches for 165 yards and then all the return yards, and kind of sparked us in the special teams. And he's so consistent in punt returns and just being a guy reliable to catch the ball. I don't think you can stop utilizing this kid. So I'm just happy for him, to be awarded for the player of the week, just because, he puts a lot of great work in, and I think it's all starting to pay off for him.
And in addition to the complementary football, another challenge that you had mentioned, I believe, last week for your team was that you needed to see them finish games. And obviously they did that this week. They gave everything that they had. So what did it mean to see your team actually finish a game and obviously come out with the W?
Yeah, that's exactly what I told you last week is, about finishing. That was the message every single day with the kids. We have to finish, our drives with points. We got to get off the field on defense. We have to hunt in packs on special teams. We got to finish everything that we do. And if you look at the 2 previous weeks versus Arkansas State and Lafayette, they we started the game strong and we didn't play very consistently in the second half. And I was pleased to see us come out in the third quarter and the offense takes the ball down and scores, and we just kind of went back and forth, and those kids fought all the way to the end. They finished it the way that we wanted it to end. And, that's something that I've talked with them again on Sunday. I just talked to them about how I was really pleased with how they played together as a team and how they finished the game. But we still got to figure out momentum swings in terms of how we can really put the game away and not make it such a nerve-wracking game the entire time. We just got to find ways to still play complementary football, but really elevate our play and try to separate the game to a larger, scoring margin in terms of just letting it go down to the last plays of the game.
And speaking of momentum swings, Troy's offense can give you momentum swings immediately, especially behind the arms of Caleb Barker. How do you slow him down and the Troy offense as a whole?
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I really enjoy watching, Barker play. He's got a really nice release, and you can tell that he's a veteran. He can make all the throws, and you got 3 receivers in the top 10 in receiving, the running backs, I think 3rd in the conference right now. Very explosive. That's really what the emphasis has got to be defensively, is eliminate the explosive play, because these guys got the capability of scoring very quick. They play with a good tempo. I think Coach Lindsey does a really good job at getting them in the right spots in terms of they don't ask much of the offensive line to do much. They just let that quarterback operate it and let him find the matchups, and you can see the confidence in what they have. And I think that they're just getting better every single week. You see where they're at the beginning of the week till now. I really enjoy watching them play. I'm a big fan of good offenses, and just with their quarterback that they got now and their skill players and what Coach Lindsey does, it's going to be a very tough challenge for us as a team.